Hi guys, welcome to VLSI Career Point once again. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to make a career in the VLSI industry. Okay, so yesterday or in the last video, we were talking about what is the VLSI industry, what are the uh, different domains in the VLSI industry. We talked about front end. In front end, we talked about RTL design, verification, emulation, prototyping, and in back end, we talked about physical design. So I gave you an overview that what is the VLSI industry, how is it shaped in India, and where the government is investing and where are the career opportunities. Now, I will tell you how to grab those opportunities in the field of VLSI design. So, VLSI design, again, I'll remind you the major companies playing here in India in VLSI design are NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, Qualcomm, MediaTek, Marvell, etc., Micron. So, these companies and so these are the major companies which can employ you when you are skilled correctly in the domain of VLSI design. So I will tell you the two ways or the two scenarios which can happen with you when you are planning to enter the VLSI industry. Now let's assume that you are a BTech student, okay, or you are a MTech student, okay. So let's first target the BTech students, and the MTech students can go and skip to this part because you have already, I am guessing you have already cleared GATE and you are in a decent MTech college. And in MTech, there can be a decent MTech college like lower NITs or IITs or some private colleges like VIT or triple ITs. Okay, so these will be the colleges which I'm going to now. I don't think that's visible. So these are the colleges on which I will be talking. So on your screen you can see. So if you are an MTech student from these colleges, you can go to that video. If you are not an MTech student from these colleges but some other colleges, so you stay in this BTech because your journey is going to be same. Okay, whatever these BTech students need to do, you will also need to do because obviously you are in a tier 3 or tier 2 college, and these companies which I named or some very good startups in the VLSI design domain won't come to your college for placement. But these colleges will have either internship or directly full-time roles in this big company. So we will keep them like a different section. So in BTech, now let's assume there can be again two scenarios. Okay. So what will these two scenarios be? Either you are in a tier 2 or a tier 3 college, or you are in some IIT or some good NIT or uh, triple IT. Triple IT is like Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Delhi. So these are not Indian Institute of Information Technology, but Hyderabad and Bangalore are International Institute of Information Technology, and Delhi is some Indraprasth Institute of Information Technology. So if you are in these colleges, I will tell you a path. If you are in these colleges, I'll tell you a path. Okay. So if you are, let's first target this tier 2, tier 3 colleges like your state government colleges or your uh, certain private colleges like VIT, SRM. So those colleges I keep in tier 2, tier 3 private colleges. Yeah, here I'll in the tier 1 again I'll add BITS. So BITS Pilani and BITS Goa. And Hyderabad, I will consider it as tier 2. But yeah, placement wise, it is at par. So we'll keep it all the bits here. So what happens is now in tier 2, tier 3 college, when you are in electronics and communication branch, or certain colleges have just electronics, okay, or you are in electrical, or you are in EEE, that is electrical and electronics engineering, right? So if you are in all these branches, so you can get into the VLSI industry, but the path will be difficult, okay? So there are two options again. In this, first option is you prepare for GATE. You give GATE in EE, electrical engineering or ECE domain. Okay. And you secure, now there can be ranges. Now you secure uh, a good rank or good score. Now 700 plus score you can secure and you can directly get into some IIT in the micro VLSI course or whatever they call it. They have different names like system electronic system design, right? So you can get into IITs, IIT Bombay, Delhi, Kanpur, Guwahati, okay, Kharagpur. You can get into Hyderabad. Okay, I was from IIT Hyderabad, by the way. I did my master's from there. You can go, you can be from ISC, right? You can be in top NITs like Trichy, Warangal, okay, Surathkal, okay. So this is when you get a 700 plus score. So in electrical or electronics and communication engineering, now all these colleges, all these branches might not allow electrical engineering, but EC they will definitely allow. Some colleges might allow electrical engineering, like I am an electrical engineering graduate. I study from IIT Hyderabad. Okay, so also you can add BHU here. So IIT Hyderabad, I graduated from there, my master's, and then I got placed into a very good semiconductor company. So electrical do have some chances, but not as much as the EC people appearing in the EC domain. So once you are 700 plus, this all options open, and after that you prepare for the placements. You land up basically. You see, you land up in the uh, you land up there. Where you see you land up here. Already you are landing up here. So after GATE, you do your MTech in these colleges. So that's the first option. Second option is you get a score between 400 to 700. Okay. So in that case, you will have lower NITs. Like I know example of Kurukshetra. Okay. You can get into colleges like uh, Kurukshetra, Raurkela. So these will provide you. So what these colleges provide you? They don't provide you direct placement. Okay, in very less cases they will allow you. They will provide you direct placement. Okay, so what they will provide you? They will provide you a very good flexibility of doing an internship uh, right from your whole of your second year of your masters. Okay, so these colleges will give you masters plus internship. So you will get internship in companies like Intel, AMD, Nvidia, and it's when you work there for 6 months or 1 year. Sorry, oops. So when you work for 6 months or 1 year, you will again. Okay, yeah. Okay, so 6 months and 1 year. So you have a good chance of getting into PPO. So first path we saw that after BTech, if you are from Tier 2 college, you eventually end up in masters. You don't end up directly getting placed in any of these companies. It's very difficult. There might be one, two exceptions out of 1,000, one, two people. But again, yeah. So now we look at the second option in this Tier 2 college. So you have these training institutes. Okay. So you have these training institutes in like VLSI for all. You have VLSI expert. Okay, VLSI, Guru, something. So many training institutes are there. So you go there, you enroll in a 6 months or 1 year program. So they teach you all the basics from scratch. Okay, so they'll teach you all the subjects needed, and it will be more of not teaching, it will be more like coaching or training you on the tools of VLSI. Okay, so all the tool-based roles. Now you remember yesterday in the previous video what I was telling you that physical design it depends on tools, right? All the steps of physical design in the VLSI design flow depends on the tools, right? So those tools they will teach you. If you take a physical design training course, they'll teach you those tools directly. Okay. Now, if you uh, go for verification. Now they had UVM. So UVM is a very standard methodology. So anything standard a coaching institute can teach you. Okay. So that's why, so these coaching institutes will majorly focus on domains like verification, I mean, and physical design. Okay. So these two will be targeted by this training institutes. Okay. You see here, training institutes. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, if you are a BTech graduate from a Tier 2 college and you don't want to give GATE, you don't want to waste your time in preparation, because GATE usually takes 1 2 years for you to get a decent score, whatever I told, 700 plus, or 400 to 700. If you are, it's in 400 to 700. If you end in a lower NIT, there are still chances that you get an internship, but you don't get the PPO. So again, you are struggling, right? So to get a 700 plus score, which is a safe score, and you get into an IIT or something, so if you don't want to go through that struggle, this training institutes is a good option. But there is, again, there are trade-offs in everything. So that big trade-off in this approach is, so I'll write the trade-off for you, is you will start at very low salary, and very low salaries you will start. Plus, those companies will be service based. So these people do provide, training institutes will provide you placement services. So for your placement services, this major companies won't, like, don't want to hire from these training institutes because they are just proficient in tools. But those companies needs you to understand VLSI design in depth, to understand the concepts, to understand the way the design is done. Like yesterday I told you, right? So many things are there. So they want you to understand, and that knowledge you get in the masters or in the preparation for placement in the masters, when you go to IIT or NITs, right? So in training institutes, I'll conclude for you that there are options, and what to get into such companies, you will require 2 3 years spent in the service industry. You work hard there, you work you work smartly there, you learn a lot of concepts, and then you can go for an experienced role hire in these companies, and you will get hired. But again, because you started at a low package, these companies will also try to get you in a lower package, right? Not the one they are offering to, suppose, the freshers of some good IIT, right? So these are the two approaches. So I'll revise them for you. Okay. So first, I told you for BTech, Tier 2, Tier 3, okay, your first option is give GATE, okay, go to IIT, go to NIT, get a placement or get internship, okay, convert to PPO and get a good career in starting from a big MNCs or good startups, okay. Second option is, now the second option is you go for training institute, okay. So in training institute, you work for, you learn tools, tool based, you do tool based study, learn tools, get into service industry, okay, and then you work 2 years, get experienced, and get placed in big company or switch to bigger company. Okay, getting it? So this is the path. Now let's move on to the tier one BTech graduates. Those are the people what I told from IITs, NITs, BITS, okay, and some triple ITs which offer electronics. Okay, so these students, they have access to good professors. Okay, at least for their basic subjects like digital electronics. Okay, or subjects like analog. Okay, So they have good teachers. The teach if they are interested. Now what happens in these institutes is people run after software jobs. So people take ECE or electronics and communication engineering or electrical engineering to get a, when they are not getting computer science engineering, to get a path or bypass to the computer science jobs, like the Mang companies, or to get there or to get a good software job they take ECE. But I'm not talking about those students. I'm talking about the students who are genuinely interested in electronics and communication or electronics or VLSI or chip design. Okay. So those students are very less in number. So in these colleges, from my experience, I know if there are 30 students in one batch of electronics in suppose some IIT, so only 5 will be interested in core, that is electronics jobs, and 25 will be interested in the software jobs. So that is the ratio. And what I would like to tell you now is such students, they have access to good faculties. Okay. So good faculties. So they need to get into uh, they need to get in touch with them and get good projects under them. So the core faculties get good projects. So projects in which you you go through Verilog, you design something, you do some research work, you work with an MTech student, you work with a PhD guy, you do his work, you help him with his research, you do some good project on the standard tools like standard language like Verilog, or standard tools like the FPGA software and something. So some experience you've got. Obviously, you are from IIT, NIT, you have done, you have cracked JEE Advanced, so you are smart. So what these companies do, they don't keep a lot of hiring from these colleges because they also know that most of students from these colleges will go into the software industry. But what they do is they look for such passionate students, right, who have done good projects, who have worked in certain projects related to VLSI design, and they have some basics knowledge, what I told you, digital electronics and analog. So they look for such students along with MTech guys. Now MTech will have a whole branch of VLSI in such colleges, right? So there are 20 students. So 20 of 20 will get placed in good companies. But along with that, three or four from BTech also will get placed, who are passionate, who are interested, and who know this subjects. Okay, so you're getting it, what I'm trying to tell. So companies are also smart. They know not all BTech students want them, but they also want such students who are passionate, who are ready to work, and who won't leave them because they won't provide that 100% salary as the FANG or MANG companies. So if a MANG company gives you 50 lakh package, so these companies will have 35, 40, 25 like that packages, right? So they also know, they are also smart. Okay. So this is the approach for tier 1 BTech students. Okay. Uh, Now let's move on to the most interesting. You give gate, you get into masters. Now you are in masters. I also gave gate. I got IIT Hyderabad. I did masters from there in a branch called Integrated Sensor Systems, which was close, very close to microelectronics and VLSI. So this is another point I would like to tell you. Don't blindly go for VLSI branch. Now, such colleges or different top NITs, top IITs have multiple branches in MTech. Like IIT Hyderabad has VLSI, it has integrated sensor system, it has microsystems and packaging, it has semiconductor materials and devices. So all these branches open you up for these jobs in this VLSI companies, multinational companies, well-paying, good job where you love your work if you are passionate, right? Whatever I told you yesterday, the whole, or in the previous video, whatever I told you about the VLSI industry, so you get to explore that. Okay. So first pointer for MTech in Tier 1, I'll say Tier 1 colleges is, that is, now, right? Tier 1 list, again, same list, right? So Tier 1 colleges, first thing you is look for all branches related to VLSI. Okay, so they can be embedded programming, it can be embedded systems, it can be VLSI, it can be packaging, it can be sensors, it can be a lot of branches. Just go through the brochures, understand what they mean, do they associate, talk to the seniors, go to LinkedIn, stalk them, message them, ask them what do you study, did your seniors get placed in VLSI companies, and all those companies, all those students uh, prepare a database and apply for all these colleges after giving it. all these branches. Maximize your chances, apply for all kinds of processes in IITs. There are some self-sponsored modes. Some NITs also we have self-sponsored modes. Bits usually fees is high, so not a lot of people who have financial constraints would apply for them. So if you have a moderate MTech score like 500 plus or 550 plus, you can still get these colleges in these modes, and trust me, those are worth it. There are people with me in self-sponsored mode in IIT Hyderabad, and I could see them getting placed at par with the people who cleared GATE with 700 plus score. So no difference is there. Once you get in there, no one will discriminate against you. No one will tell you anything. You just have to go study and just give the be strong, improve your level, try to compete with the people who already have great minds because they scored great scores in GATE. Though it is not necessary always, like they can practice a lot and get good marks. So practice does not mean great understanding of concepts, but still, I'll tell you, those are good people. They know how to work hard. So to compete with them, you have to go and work extra hard. But still, you get the chance to appear in the same placements as them. So if you are very good in studies, if you are sorry, if you're not very good in studies, and if you work hard, you can still make it big. Okay, so look for all branches related to VLSI, look for all modes of admission. Okay, look for all colleges up giving you uh, these kinds of offers. Look for MS courses. Now, MS is another game, ball game altogether. In that, you have research-based positions. So it's a 3-year MTech, most of places. So you go through the whole coursework with your VLSI 2-year people who got from GATE or the self-sponsored modes. So you work with them, you study with them for 2 years, and then one extra year you give to research. And again, you can work on great VLSI projects like designing an accelerator, using Verilog, designing a router, designing all these AI applications, trying to design some neural networks, trying to design some. You can also look into aspects of fabrication. You can also look into aspects of packaging because all these industries are great, right? All these industries are great and also existing in India. Okay, so you can do MS also, and after that, placements are again excellent. I have tracked the record in these Tier 1 colleges. Even after MS, you get placed as at par as the 2-year MTech. So all these things are for the people who get a gate score, who get a decent gate score, and who manage to crack this all modes of admissions, and who get into some branch related to VLSI. So once you get into MTech or you get into MS, you have to get in touch with your seniors. You need to collect some material, whatever they use to prepare for their own placements. You need to get that material. After get first focus on getting a good CGPA. Okay, first get a good CGPA. Above 9 is great. Above 8.5 is good. Above 8 is decent. Below 8 is not acceptable. So if you are watching this video, you are serious about your career, you need to work hard and you need to show me that you can get CGPA above 8. Okay, that's bare minimum because no company looks to likes to see a 7 on your resume. Trust me, that is the truth in India. Okay, so please work on that. First year, when you have coursework, focus on that because after first year, you will get sit in your placement. So most probably, whatever CGPA you get after your first year will be reflected in your resume. So even if you don't get good grades in your project, you will still survive with that CGPA what was there in after your first year. Okay, so work hard on that aspect. So I'll write the first point: get a good CGPA. Okay, get above 8 plus 9 plus is very, 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 very good. Okay, so and this is decently good. So what I'll tell you, and now let's go back to the point I was trying to tell you. Get in contact with your seniors or watch videos like this. I will definitely post content on how to prepare for the VLSI placement, especially in the digital domain because I am from digital domain. I work there. Even for analog domain, I'll do some research and ask my friends and get back to you. So I'll post those videos. So please stay tuned on this channel. This is channel I'm starting with my whole passion because I like to guide people. And to your for your information, I like to tell you I also have a top mate page. I link it's there in my LinkedIn page. If you go, the LinkedIn will be linked below. in the description. You can go there. You can also have a one-on-one with me. I'll tell you, I have like given guidance to a few people, my juniors and also on top mate, and definitely I'll tell you they are all at good positions you can ask for. They can you will find them ranging from Qualcomm to TSMC to uh, TSMC to Intel to Nvidia to even Google. So such kind of peoples who people who are there, I have like given them some kind of guidance in my life. Whatever I've gone through, since 2021 I've been in the active in this field. So I did my MTech from 21 to 23. I got into a startup, and then I am in my current position. So again, that you can, if you want to know, you can go to my LinkedIn and send me a connection request there, and we can also chat on LinkedIn. But I'll prefer to ha if you prefer to have a one-on-one with me, I'll definitely ask you to go to TopMate and book a session there. So what I'll tell you now is get a good CGPA and then talk to seniors. Watch videos like this and get to know what is the roadmap, what you should learn, what skills you need, because not even in this tier 1 colleges, the professors won't teach you everything you need for getting a placement, right? So for that, you will need some specific topics, you'll need some specific knowledge, and that you will get from your seniors, the one who are working in the industry, some placement drives or something which your seniors got from their seniors, or videos like this, or interacting with people like me, or you're getting your options, right? So this is the best way if you get a MTech in a tier 1 or lower NITs which give you internship opportunities. So the second point I told you is talk to people having knowledge, okay? Or watch my videos, okay? So this is for the MTech from Tier 1 colleges. Again, you do MTech from Tier 2 colleges, your government colleges, your private universities. So again, what you need to do, you again have only one path. You go to the training institute, you learn skills there, you get into some VLSI service-based company or a very or a startup. You learn a lot from there for 2 years, and then you try for a bigger company. Okay, so that is the path for a person doing his MTech from a Tier 2 college. But what I'll suggest you, if you want to get into the VLSI industry, the best and the easiest path is to give gate after a BTech, get into MTech in some good college, whatever I have told you, the list I have given you, and prepare like what I have told you, right? If you follow that advice, definitely you will end up in a very good position. It's not very hard, there's no secret sauce, it's just your hard work, right? Your knowledge, your awareness, right? I was aware of all these things during my MTech, while some of my friends weren't, right? So they struggled in during placements because they didn't know what the company which is coming is going to ask you, right? They didn't know what they should put in their resume, right? Now this resume is a very important point. I will definitely post a video on how my resume got me into my the first company in which I worked, and also in my current company. So I'll compare those two resumes. I'll tell you what basics I followed while making the resume so that it's visible from right the outset, right? The outset, this is your resume, you look different from others, right? So that guidance also I'm going to give you. So stay tuned on this channel. So I'll just revise for you whatever we have studied or whatever we have known today. So in MTechs, so in BTech, I told you there can be two type of students. One is in BTech, Tier 2, Tier 3. I just give you two paths. Either give GATE, either go to a training institute and learn and get into a service-based industry, and again make a switch to good industry, good product-based companies. Then the other option is you are into IIT, you are into NIT, you are into good triple ITs, you are into good decent private colleges like BITS. So you focus on your coursework, you maintain a good CGPA, you be in contact with professors giving you projects in that domain. And when these companies come for the MTech people primarily, you also submit your resume if they are open for you, sit with the placement, and definitely if you are passionate, these companies will take you because they know you are great minds of this country and you can contribute a lot to their company right from the word go, because you are very good at maths, you are very good at problem solving ability, you are very good at some concepts. So whatever they teach you, they'll teach you all those concepts what you learn during your placement journey in MTech. They will teach you then and there, and then you will be a very good employee, right? Now we come to MTech. So MTech, I told you, if you are from a Tier 2, Tier 3 MTech college, what you need to do is go to a training institute, learn, or go through some video courses, try attempting, yeah, like try giving exams like the NVIDIA Talent Hunt exam is there. So chances are very less, like 5% or 10% people will only make it, right, off campus, right? So 90% people, they have to go through this grind. It's very saddening to say, because the job scene is like that. But what you need to do is you need to go to a training institute, you need to pay hefty fees, you need to learn, you need to uh, apply those skills in some company, wherever they manage to place you, and then you can make the switch after 2 years. There might be some exceptions. Please don't take my word for that, because I am telling the general scenario. And then, when you are in a decent MTech, after getting a decent gate score, I told you how to get into a decent college by working hard on your gate score, whatever it is. Just work hard, just dig for opportunities, just look for some hidden branches who can give you placement in VLSI. Just talk to seniors, know about different branches. Do all that effort. That effort matters. At the end, that effort will matter. Get a good CGPA, be focused, don't lose your focus for 2 years. Just till December of your masters, definitely you will have a job or an internship, right? So, what I'm trying to tell you is these masters will from a decent college will definitely reap you great rewards. Okay, so now you understand how to get into the VLSI industry, the first path of it. Now, technical details, what all skills you should learn, all those things I will let you know in the subsequent videos. So please stay tuned, keep watching, keep commenting, keep liking, and please keep suggesting what all content you want. And are you liking the video? Are you liking the format? Please let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.